So I'd like to welcome everyone to the Circle of the Rose Divine Feminine teachings for today with our wonderful Kimberly Meredith, a dear friend of mine who I've appeared on her program. And also, I want to give you the format of what we're going to do. So we include a lot of prayer today, and I'm going to invoke the angels and the masters at the beginning of this wonderful gathering here of kindred souls. And if anyone else comes in, they should be muted. Let me check that everyone is, except for Kimberly, and I want you to unmute. And then I will also, after a brief interview, and she's going to be doing some sharing about her awakening to the fifth dimension and her healing abilities and her channeling. And then I'm going to channel Mother Mary's message, and it is about Mother Mary, Divine Mother. And it's a universal message about Mary's energy and how she's appeared in all the cultures of the world. And so as Divine Mother, that is one name for her. But we have other histories that she's revealing. So I get into the Mary mysteries on all of my teachings and investigate and go deeper. So that will be followed by Kimberly's interview. And then there will be a brief question and answer after that, with either for Kimberly or for myself. We'll take a little break. We'll come back and we'll do the medical medium or the mini readings for all of you, or whoever, comes to spirit, for whoever is inspired from spirit to give a reading. And Kimberly will graciously do some mini readings, and so will I. And we hope that more people show up, because I know a lot of people signed up for this, but they probably have the times mixed up. So we can't worry about that. So anyway, I'd like to remind all of our listeners that I am Marcia McMahon. I am on the YouTube, and this will be recorded to YouTube, and you can access this file anytime. And you may want to use it as a divine feminine meditation for yourself. And there are some other important things that are going on my calendar. This coming July, I will be presenting on Mary Magdalene. Her feast day is around the 22nd, but I'll probably be online with another Zoom meditation with Divine Feminine and her messages. And I've been doing a lot of work with Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, and they always reveal something new. So it's exciting. And please join us. There will be a post in the Circle of the Rose and also on my Facebook page and through email. And then if you are interested after this interview, you will be very interested in attending Kimberly's Mother Mary Matrix program, which is airing on thehealingtrilogy.com. That is her website, thehealingtrilogy.com. And you can sign up and experience her wonderful program. I will be co-presenting with her. There will be a rosary shared that day in honor of Mother Mary. And I got back into the rosary thanks to Kimberly. So we're going to share a little bit about that too. And it's just, I'm feeling, oh my God, I don't know if you're feeling this, but Mother Mary's coming in right now with a huge download of rose energy. So I brought my roses. So let's do the invocation, and then Kimberly can share her other events too. And I will also read her bio, but let's do what Mary's doing right now, which is giving you all an upgrade, she's saying, of my rose, my holy rose. And I'm asking each of your hearts to open to my message through Kimberly and through Marcia this afternoon. And we bless each one of you with a divine rose and rosary energy. So let us proceed and receive this energy quietly in your hearts first. And now I'd like to ask all the divine masters that are surrounding us, and particularly Archangel Michael, to clear the space of any negative thought forms or any worries or cares for the day, and uplift our vibrations into the highest light as we receive Kimberly's beautiful message of fifth dimensional love and awakening to a place where we are not troubled anymore. That is where Mary is leading us. That is where Jesus is leading us. Archangel Michael is with us. Jesus is with us. Mary Magdalene, Princess Diana. So many masters are in the etheric. I'm feeling Saint Germain is with us. And just many, many Eastern masters and Western masters are here. All of your guides and relatives are here for you. So set your intentions now for an extraordinary talk with our beloved Kimberly Meredith. And I want to read her brief bio, and then we'll just have a talk. And I'm going to change the view so I can bring up Kimberly a little better. Kimberly, I've got you on the spotlight. You look lovely today. How are you, dear?
I'm good. Thank you.
Can you all hear? Everyone able to hear?
Hi, everybody.
So I'm going to read a little of your bio in case those are people that have not met you before. And welcome, Prabha. Everyone is muted right now. Kimberly is a world-renowned celebrity medical intuitive medium healer and influencer and best-selling author of Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, Discovering the Soul's Path to Healing. Following two near-death experiences, Kimberly was blessed with healing gifts from the Holy Spirit, and I can confirm those gifts. And remarkable abilities have been scientifically validated by numerous research institutes, including SciTech Subtle Energy Laboratory of Dr. Norm Shealy and Shealy Wellness Institute and the IONS Institute of Noetic Sciences. That is big. Those are very scientific tests. So that is really impressive. And I've known Kimberly a couple of years and have been attending her Mother Mary Matrix. And she also hosts the Medical Intuitive Miracle Show each Tuesday night. And I've attended that. And it was absolutely astounding what you tuned into with me when I was planning to go on a trip, and you found something that I needed to look at. There was maybe a possible blood clot, you said, in my foot, and you were absolutely correct on that. So she does these for free, and you can call in on the show. It's really fabulous, and her energy is so palpable, and her enthusiasm and genuine love for everyone is so apparent. So really honored to have you here, Kimberly. And she's been at the Omega Institute. She has taught classes there. She teaches classes round the clock. I don't know when you have time to sleep, actually, Kimberly. Maybe you're short on sleep, but you look well, and you look like you're doing very well. Isn't it true that when you're doing healing, you're also healing yourself as you're healing others?
Yeah, I love being in service and I love teaching, and I'm grateful to be here today with everybody.
Well, we're really honored to have you here. And I love doing groups, and I love that you're here to bless us with this energy. Kimberly is also big into fashion, and she's been on Harper's Bazaar Vietnam and Eclair and Women Fitness. And so what Mother Mary is pointing out in this message later is that Kimberly has been able to reach the mass consciousness with the divine feminine, more so than, a person like me that's kind of working in the background a little bit more and been doing this a long time. But everyone has a different experience and a different message. But you and I have a lot in common because we both nearly passed from this realm, and then you came back with your healing skills, and I was already a healer when I went through I wouldn't say it was near death, but you were in a near death, and I had stage 4 cancer, and I'm completely healed. So I credit my guides and my soul purpose. But wasn't that a very long and difficult journey way back when you had experienced the accident that then gave you your gifts, basically?
Well, my book, The Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, and it's a Hay House book. And Penguin Random House also has it. It's on Amazon if you want to pick it up. Talks about the reason it got picked up by so many publishing companies, because I was born with abilities.
Yeah.
I was born as a baby, having sign language at 5 years old, blink my eyes is my abilities. And I didn't accept them. And after I had many years in the entertainment world,
right,
and worked in nursing, and had been working multiple film and television shows, and also worked as a nurse for over 21 years as a nursing assistant. And then was hit by a car on foot, and I did code. I lost my life.
Oh my God.
And I opened up to my healing abilities after that. My story was pretty profound. So I actually ended up channeling my story in a recorder for 2.5 years. I was in a collar in my living room, and I never thought I'd become a published author ever in a million years. So I always say to people, when people are really depressed and feel like giving up, never know what's going to happen to you in your life. So I never knew that I would end up being reunited with spirit again, because I pushed my gifts away from when I had them when I was a baby.
Yes.
And they reappeared after my near-death experiences and became a full-blown trance channeler from my wheelchair at my house, and became discovered in my living room with thousands of people coming to my home, being discovered. You'll have to read the full book to find out everything in there.
I have read it, and that's amazing.
A long story.
Yeah.
But as Marcia said, I've been researched, and there's a movie probably going to be made.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the process of, because I was in the entertainment world before this accident happened. I'm not in the entertainment world right now, but I'm in the process of making a short film.
Oh, good.
I'm in the process of writing a screenplay.
Wow, congratulations. I didn't know that, but I had a little brief mini reading, and it was about your going international and to expect more sacred travel and international stuff. So I don't.
But really today is about Mother Mary.
That's right.
And Mother Mary, just to go into this real quick.
Yes, please.
Mother Mary was always very important in my life, because I came from a very abusive childhood. And in the book, it talks about that, and how I always had the Virgin Mary under my pillow. I always kept a picture of her.
Oh, sweet.
And I always said the rosary, even though I was brought up Jewish. I always was very close to Mary. So I'll just explain real quick. My mother was Italian Catholic and my father was Jewish. And we were raised in a Jewish family. Mm-hmm. But I always loved the energy of the Virgin Mary. And I always said the rosary. My mother was Italian. My grandmother was Italian Catholic. And I always had this connection with the Virgin Mary. And I always had these abilities of healing. And I was a healer at a very young age. And I was told to not do it. Don't do the healing. Mm-hmm. And so Mary always kept me going. So to start this off right now, if you want me to do, I can do one of the prayers from the book.
Sure, that'd be great.
From the Awaken of the Feminine Divine, which is one of the channeled prayers that brought me into the divine feminine of the Mary energy. And it's kind of it's from the book, The Awaken, of me expressing. I have a few of them in my book about the energy of Mary. I can read to start off today, if it's okay with you, Marcia.
It would be wonderful. I wanted more insight on your relationship with Mary, so that's perfect.
Cool. Okay, so do a lot of my book of the Awakening. I don't go real deep into Mary's relationship with me, but this is one. Okay, so here we go. Let's activate our palms and let's put it over our heart chakra. So here's one that I kind of go into my channel, it's a trance channel. Please read this poem below as you bring in your divine feminine energy. As you open your heart chakra, this is a channel message to enhance your energy with the divine, sacred, divine feminine and masculine, to balance the blessed energy in your body and to equally balance the divine and feminine, masculine energy. Awaken me, O feminine divine. Bring forth the flame of your knowledge of all things material and spiritual. Awaken me, O Mary, O feminine divine. Bring forth the blessed waters of your wisdom, all things material and spiritual. Bring forth the softness, the love. Bring forth your clarity. Bring forth the best in me. Awaken me, O feminine divine, to your divine self. Awaken me, O feminine divine, to yourself in me. Awaken me, O beautiful feminine divine, to myself. Awaken me, O feminine divine, to me, in me. Awaken me, O feminine divine, from the world of illusions. Awaken me, feminine divine, to trust myself within me. Awaken me, feminine divine, the truth in you, to become myself as I awaken within you. I become myself as I awaken within me. I become myself as I awaken within you. I become myself as I awaken within your beauty. I become myself as I awaken within me. I become myself as I blossom within you. Awaken, O feminine divine, the mighty knowledge that you bring to us, material and spiritual. Bloom within me, awaken, feminine divine, the beautiful, beautiful, bountiful blossom of your wisdom. All the things material and spiritual come awakened within me. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. And what an attunement to Mother Mary. I have my Mother Mary message. Would you like to hear that now? And then we can go back to further discussion. It seems like the perfect time to tune into her vibrations. And then I'll have you read a few more. Would you mention the title again of your book?
Okay.
And hold it up for us. Okay, so others can see.
It's Awaken to the Fifth Dimension, Discovering the Healing.
Thank you. That's perfect. So I'm hearing some noises, but everyone is muted, so it just must be something.
Oh.
I see that.
Hi, Siobhan.
Hi, Siobhan. Great. Much love to you, Siobhan. Okay, so I'm going to choose this Mother Mary moment to read my message, and then we'll go on with our interview. So Mother Mary speaks, and she is saying, I am the great Mother Mary. With Magdalene, I am the great mother from all time. Mother Mary, it is I, the great Mother Mary, who have been known in other cultures as the divine mother goddess Gaia, goddess Isis, Shekinah, and Nana, and other Sanskrit cultures, Ma, and I've also been called Lakshmi and Durga. I come to you with the greatest of reverence and wish to speak today about the ancient goddess worship, which is returning in the form of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is being grounded through the lunar energies, which you just experienced in the full moon, the most profound solar energies on the solstice as well. You are allowed to quote unquote marry the inner Magdalene to the Christ energies, and I tell you that this is true. Mary Magdalene was indeed the wife of Jesus, and it is so that all of you contain a spark of the divine feminine and the spark of the divine masculine. In this way, you reflect the light of the lunar and the solar, which is the masculine power of creation, and the feminine receptive power of the lunar energies. Where we experienced a full moon recently, that was last week, you will have noticed that you were able to easily manifest your desires using the creative energy of the lunar holiday. And it also enables you to make clear your communications and manifest desires easily. That is indeed my day, and why I, as Mother Mary, I'm always frequently depicted on the top of the moon. Many of your love songs contain words like, fly me to the moon and let me live among the stars. And I tell you that we came from the stars, and that my soul came from the stars, and the soul of Magdalene as well. We were Pleiadian ancestors that came from there. She's talking eons ago. We celebrate these energies as we know they are increasing with the solar flares that we are experiencing on Earth right now. And these very solar flares are contributing to some of the Earth changes. So we ask you to unite both your feminine and masculine participants on this call and to unite your energies and do not fall into the separation consciousness, which is generally a third dimensional Earth, which is caught up in wars and conflicts, but rather to raise your vibration up into the fifth dimension and listen to the teaching of Marcia and Kimberly today on entering fifth dimensional unity consciousness. I am adding that as the Earth changes, they will increase with the solar flares, which are at quite a maximum right now. And the shifting of the poles has already begun, my friends. These will be tumultuous but wonderful times, just as it was when I was on the earth plane as your beloved Mother Mary. Mary Magdalene now steps forth, and she is saying to step into your power, my beloveds. You have me also as a guide. I'm guiding all of you with the power of the womb of the divine creation. For I was indeed, of course, many of you know, the spouse of my beloved Joshua ben Joseph, and we both suffered greatly upon your earth plane to bring forth the love energies from Jesus, the energies that you're now beginning to understand the depth and breadth of. We are working with each one of you today, so I guess I would ask you to touch into your heart too as you receive this again. And we are energetically giving each one of you an upgrade on your chakras to give you healing. Mary Magdalene says, I received much healing from the Master Jeshua when I was upon the earth plane. And there are also soul aspects of myself which are stepping forth now in your newest book. She's speaking of my newest creation. I want to mention that we'd like to call for those people that feel connected to a past life with Marcia or with the great Master Jeshua to come forward and work with her in her past life sessions so we can speak through her and create another masterpiece book. We bless you, Kimberly, for bringing the mass consciousness, the awareness of the divine feminine through her fashion statement, her book, and all she does on behalf of the Marys. We are the Marys, and we bless you today with our shining light and our purest golden love and rose energy. And when you can, say a rosary or hold the rosary in your hand for the enhanced power of miracles. Those of you that need a miracle today, please stay tuned, for these miracles are about to unfold in this session. Wow, I just got a download of light. We bless all of you. We say keep holding the unity consciousness for the peace of the earth. I am Divine Mother Mary, and I am Mary Magdalene. We bless you now with the rose. So this rose energy is blessing everyone, including our special guest who is very connected to the rose. So thank you for letting me share that. And did you want to talk a little bit about your connection to Rosary and how you got into Rosary, or talk about Mary Magdalene or any?
Well, I've always been into the Rosary since I was little. I've always said the Rosary over and over again, and I've always been connected to the Virgin Mary. Like I said when we first started the group, I think I'd like to read another message from the Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. This is a healing prayer that brings in a relationship with the feminine divine, embracing the perspective of how to connect to Mary now. What is Mary to us now, living in a third dimensional world? How do we feel about the Virgin Mary now? How do we relate to Mary now? So how I related to Mary as a child was different than how I relate to Mary now. So Mary to me when I was little was sometimes going to the Catholic Church. I always went to temple. I was raised in a duality of a home. I was raised in Judaism. And I was also went to church with my Italian grandmother. I also was raised by, my mom was Italian Catholic, but I was also converted to Judaism when I was very young. But it doesn't matter. It's not about religion. It's about being spiritual and how you feel in your heart. And now as a channeler, I lay hands on people and do healing, and I take my body and I transmute myself. I go to Lourdes when I do healing.
Yeah.
And I see myself transmuting myself with the Virgin Mary coming through my body. And the reason why I hold the rosary class is because I believe that when we say the rosary, it's not really about the rosary. It's about the belief in community and prayer, and how the rosary takes us to a higher vibration of healing and can move miraculous prayer in that, and can change the vibration to heal anything, anywhere. So not only do I do the rosary once a month, I do it every day. I do prayer with people every day. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Our Fathers and the Hail Marys. It could be any prayer, any prayer. Any prayer can help heal you. Doesn't necessarily have to be the Hail Mary and the Our Fathers. I just happen to say those all the time. I feel that Mary was a healer, and I feel Mary was and could be the Messiah at some point. She could have been. And actually, her mother, Saint Anne, wanted a boy, wanted the Messiah. That was her intention to have. And actually, Mary was a healer. And I feel that the Virgin Mary now in modern day times, there's many Marys here. There's many Marys. There's Marys everywhere. And Mary is appearing all over the world. So a few years back on the front of the New York Times, there was the Mary on the Times saying, Mary has arrived. Mary is here. Meaning the divine feminine energy has arrived, and to awaken to the healing of the divine feminine. And it's time to say that we all can be healers. We all can have the energy of Mary through us.
That's right.
And the energy of being, so therefore Jesus, right, her son, was our king, right?
Yeah.
But Mary also had the ability to heal. So when Mary heard that she was going to have the child, right? But she also kept it a secret that she was the healer, that she saw the Holy Spirit through her eyes, when her eyes and her hearing. So let's hear what she wrote, because she channeled what I wrote right here.
Beautiful. Thank you.
This following prayer brings in a relationship of the feminine divine, embracing our masculine and feminine energy. So she says this again. Each of us to be a force for good and create much needed balance to today's world. This channeled prayer can be used anytime for any purpose. We honor our beautiful divine Mother Mary. I honor the feminine divine in you. This is a modern day Mother Mary prayer. I honor the feminine divine in you in this everyday world. All forms of the divine are shifting the energy to love. I honor the feminine divine energy in myself as well. To serve others, I serve you. This is channeled by Mother Mary, freely balancing the feminine masculine energy, choosing not to cling to any energy that binds me. I rinse off the shame. My eyes shine. My heart is worth the gold of God's love. I live in my truth. I live in my feminine strength. I can speak freely now. I can speak strongly about who I am to you, for you. And that I am free now. I am free. I am free. I am the feminine divine. I carry all my wounds, but I fill my cup with the holy water. and my right hand swears to always be a modern day Mother Mary. In this everyday world, I'm shifting the energy to love.
That's really beautiful. Thank you, Kimberly. Just meditate on that, everyone, for a while. Shifting my energy to love. So I saw you working on a client in a little clip that you posted, and you said, this is the work of a Mother Mary. So Mother Mary's channeling directly through your healing, basically.
When I died on the table at the hospital and I coded and I came back and they drove me home from the hospital, I felt a shift completely. I couldn't really explain the shift, but it wasn't the same as the relationship with Mary I had my whole life before I had died.
Mhm.
And when I came home, I was living with my fiance, who was an Orthodox Jewish man who was training to be a rabbi. And
Wow.
for many years, but he was, not going forward with that. But we had been going to a very strict temple.
Mhm.
And I did something very peculiar. I went upstairs, I took a cross and I put it on the mantle. And I started reciting the Hail Marys and doing things that we weren't doing. We were working from the Torah.
Yeah.
And I started speaking differently. Instead of saying words in normal speech patterns, I was saying words differently and having tones differently. And he was like, what are you doing? Why are you talking like that? And I'm like, I don't know. And I was starting to become a full-blown trance channeler. And I was starting to become more involved in the Catholicism and Mary and going to the church on Tuesdays, praying the rosary with the wheelchair and with my nurse that was
Oh.
coming over.
You-
And he was getting uncomfortable
Yeah.
because he believed in what we had been practicing. And we were living together for 9 years. We were going to get married.
Wow.
And I still had my faith in Judaism, which I love.
Mhm.
And Mary's Jewish and Jesus is Jewish. And
There's really no.
I love being Jewish and I love Mary.
Yeah.
And I love all of it. And I love everybody.
Well,
And
you're interfaith, like I am. I'm interfaith
yeah.
too.
But it didn't sit well with him.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He left me here.
Mhm.
And I after that is when it all started really exploding, where she really came through and was like, I'm here. And when she came through, it was like, that's when all the people started coming. My agent came and he's like, what are you going to do? You're disabled. And I'm like, no, I'm going to start going on with my path. So you can read about it more in the book, but they're here and they want us to love these ascending masters and listen. They come to my spirit team and angels come in through my left ear.
Left ear. That's why you're looking this way.
When I turn, it's because I hear them in the left ear. I lost some of the hearing in my left ear when I had the accident, and they all come through the left side of the ear.
Interesting. And the left side of the body is considered the feminine side.
And I sign language and I hear to the left, and I'm still learning about myself still. And as we all do when we're awakening, and
Yeah.
it takes time. And I do a lot of teaching. I have a lot of classes and things. And we're doing now a mediumship teaching class on Thursdays. And yeah, so why don't we keep moving on with our class? Because I know we don't have that much time, but yeah.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. And it's amazing how you were settled into this relationship with the Jewish man, and everything transformed gradually, as you had experienced this terrible accident. I always say with the disability comes an ability. And I used to be a teacher of, 30 plus years, and I taught K-12 and college too. And I always thought that disabled children deserved more respect and more listening, because I always said with every, disability, there's a new ability. So I already had the gift, but I, went through a traumatic experience having a brain tumor and losing my right hand function, which I can't get back because I had brain surgery and it was pressing upon it. But I have some function. So it's really a wonderful gift to wake up and still be alive, Kimberly. One thing, God is working in your life. And all the doctors with me said, "Oh, you have to plan that you're not going to be here." And I just didn't feel that,
Yeah.
I knew that I had hope, but I never lost hope. And that I think that's very key in healing, is allowing people to feel hope onto whatever condition. I feel that everything can be reversed.
Yeah. And I say 50% of my clients have disabilities.
Mhm.
And I work with a lot of autistic children. I learn deaf kids, and I really enjoy that. And I love working with, I do a lot of spiritual counseling. But why don't we move on right now? I want to hear what everybody else is going through, and let's do some
Sure.
reading.
That's great. We'll do some readings and open it up.
I love what I do. I love serving. I love helping. And I think this is just really great. I love being here with everybody. And
Love having you.
have a long time for today's class, but I know that we could just dive in and whatever people need here. I don't know. This is your group. So
Right. And we have different people with different needs, and some I haven't met before, and some are longtime friends, like
great.
12 years and more. So, and some are friends from past lives. So we have everybody here. So
Really happy to be
buddy,
here.
don't unmute at once, but raise your hand, and then I'll put you on with Kimberly if you have a need or a question, either if you have a healing need and you'd like her to work on your healing, or if you would like to have a mini reading with Kimberly. And then I will try to tune in too and see what I'm picking up, but I'll let her work first, since she's the talent when it comes to cold readings. She's pretty amazing. So Mother Mary said there were some miracles.
Do a couple readings that I'll let you take over. You could do a couple readings. So,
Okay.
But thank you everybody for having me here today. Really appreciate it.
We're really happy and thrilled to have you with us, Kimberly. So did Rosalie want to raise
I
your
want to
hand?
know what name the book is called. I'll put it in the chat.
I'll hold up the book.
I would like to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Awakening to the Fifth Dimension.
Can you put it in the chat for me?
Yeah, I'm going to try to send it to the chat right now.
It's Awakening to the Fifth Dimension.
But it's Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, and
You have to put it in the chat. I'm sorry.
oh, did you get it?
Everywhere sold. It's on Amazon and everywhere. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You typed it in. So it's Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. And as you read the book, it's an easy read, and it also gets a lot of into healthy diet, which is what I'm into too. You're recommending all these recipes and smoothies and different things that are anti-cancer, which is what I did to get well. So
Okay.
I love that. So
why don't we do a reading, Marcia? So, because I have like maybe like 15, 20 more minutes left.
well, Rosalie, did you want a reading too?
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
I'm going to pick them myself. So
okay.
the spirit does that. And so let's have everybody on mute would be really great. And I'll go in and let me do William. Hey, thanks, William. Where are you from?
Marion, Ohio.
Okay. Do you have a question for me?
Not right offhand. I just thought I would just go with what you felt drawn to go with.
Yeah. So if you're going to come up, please have one question for me.
Sure.
Be helpful. Yeah.
Well, it's just more of, I felt that because I hear who I hear through both ears, that it's more of that combined divine masculine and feminine within me.
You're asking what? It's a divine masculine.
Divine masculine and divine feminine merged within me, just because I hear through both ears.
Are they merged within you?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The divine masculine and feminine are merged within you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
I was hearing both Mary and Joshua.
They're saying yes, they are merged within both of you. You
Thank
are
you.
hearing both. Yeah. They're also saying there is a woman around you a lot, though I am feeling.
My mother.
Can you let me, it's better if you guys know, right? I know Marcia didn't introduce me about the readings I do, but it's better not to do the reading for me. it's better to let us, I don't know if you've ever had psychic readings before. Has everybody had a psychic reading before here? I'm going to go back to gallery
I
again.
think they have.
Yeah, if you have had one before, I'm the kind that likes to go in cold and do the whole reading. Let me see who it is for you, William. Who is here for William? Is it a man or a woman? It's a woman. Is it his mother? It's your mother. So we'd like to. So I'd rather that I do the whole reading for you and not have. So if I'm going to call you, just let us do the reading. Your mom is saying to me, she had a hard passing. Is that true? Then maybe it's not your mother. This is someone that had a hard crossing, had cancer. They're telling me also really like the Holy Spirit, very close to Holy Spirit. Could be a grandmother or another distant relative that's around you a lot. Know anybody like that? This is a guide. Who is that? I can't hear you, William.
I just had myself muted. Sorry. I
So
didn't
we're-
want to interrupt.
So we're trying to talk to you about
Okay.
that. This is someone around you a lot, really
I-
into Holy Spirit, had a hard time crossing, might have had cancer.
Well, that would be, if I'm not mistaken, my mother's younger sister. Her name
Yes,
was Mary.
she's around you a lot. And she's saying,
I saw her walk through the wall when I was a child.
she's saying, I want you to be around more spiritual community. She's also around the back of your head. She's talking about something about your head, around your head and your neck and your eyes. I don't know if you've ever had anything happen to your back of your head, but she's around your head and your eyes. Something about you were saved or something.
There was some point in time that I slipped and almost fell. That would have probably killed me if I'd hit the corner of the bar that I would have, but there was marks on my arm from that grasping.
Yeah, she's talking about your arm too. She's also saying about you, you're very close to Jesus. She's showing me the sign of the cross. She's saying that you have something big to do in the next 10 years. Yeah, she's telling me that. She's showing me the sign of the 10. She's also saying 11, you're going to be very abundant, showing me the 11s. She's really with you. She's really attached to you she wants to go on this mission with you. Are you there?
Sorry, I lost you there for a minute. Sorry, I was just going to grab this.
Jesus. Yeah. That's
Okay.
Jesus. You're very connected to Jesus. She's very excited about your future, do you want to tell us what you do?
I'm an artist.
Yeah.
I've been working on portraits of Jesus and Mary.
Yes, Jesus. She's saying you have a big contribution to the world. She's showing me the 11s, abundance with you, and you helping with the awakening.
That's my numerology as well as number 11.
Yeah. She's also telling she's very connected to you. She's one of your angels. She's saying we're going on this mission. With the awakening mission. She's also saying again about this. I don't know if you're already in a big community, spiritual community, but you are going to be leading some spiritual community with your work.
Give me just a second. I'm trying to get out of this. There we go. All right. I do sing on the praise team at a local church.
Okay.
Which I enjoy.
Yeah, there might be some other ones too.
Okay.
I hear saying over here. She's on my shoulder. Sorry, it takes me a second to hear them come in. So that's why it takes me a minute. She's saying you're possibly going to have 2026 is going to be a very powerful year for you. And that's the end of the reading right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Blessings.
God bless you.
Wonderful.
And she wants you, when you're meditating and praying, to call her in more. She's a very strong guide for you. Your spirit.
Mother Mary. I'm sorry. I had lost your connection there for a moment when I was grabbing the painting. My apologies.
Oh, no. You remember the reading.
I'm sure I will.
Everybody remember the reading who we connected to with him?
Yes, his Aunt Mary. I think
Okay.
it's the aunt. But
Okay.
you're also very connected to Magdalene, Mother Mary.
Yeah.
So we know that.
Quite a few.
The one that has died with cancer.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Blessings.
So I have time to do one more reading. Somebody here, they're telling me, kind, genuine, someone that crossed over is trying to connect with them from the other side of here. A woman, it's a man that has passed, is trying to connect, it's passed from the other side coming in. Okay, so let me see where they're connecting to. Soulmate, husband that died, a husband that passed. He's saying, I want to connect with wife. Yes, with wife. Husband is saying, I'm missing my wife. I want to connect
Phyllis
with
to
my wife.
unmute.
I'm on mute.
No, I'm unmuting Phyllis. She raised her hand. That's
Okay,
who we got there.
Let me see if it's Phyllis. Okay. Okay. He's saying, I was in business. Phyllis has to unmute if it's Phyllis says it's her. She's not unmuted.
I've asked you to unmute Phyllis.
I can't do it. Phyllis has to do it.
You have to do it.
I can't do it. It doesn't have me.
Phyllis,
Hi,
you need to unmute, honey. Go to
We're
the
having
bottom.
we're having
I
technical.
did. I am unmuted.
Hi,
Thank
honey.
All right, that's great.
How are you, Phyllis?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for speaking with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here on this beautiful Saturday. So, did your husband, let's see if it's your husband. Let's make sure it's him. Okay. So, what was your husband's name?
Clint,
Clint. If this is Clint, he's saying, did he own his own business or have business? Was he working in business?
sort of, yes, but
What was
not of his own business.
What was it?
Well, he was an actor and a school teacher.
Yeah. So he was in a business
Yeah.
work. He's also showing me that he trying to make sure that you know it's him. He's saying he was in service, like he liked to help people. And he's also saying that he did like to be spiritual. Is that true?
Yes,
Very social.
very.
He's telling me you had kids together.
Yes,
He's saying, I miss my kids. He's saying his passing was hard. Was that true?
yes,
He says, thank you for being there for me. I know it was hard on us when I died. You were there for him a lot when he died, he said. He's saying, trying to hear, it's coming in a little slow. I feel like he struggled when he died. He's telling me you were soulmates.
yes,
He said, we knew all along when we met each other. He says, Kimberly, we knew right away we were soulmates.
yes,
We felt like family.
yes.
Did he have an immune suppressed condition that was in his body? How did he pass? Because he keeps pointing down to the lower. Go ahead.
He developed a brain tumor, but he had several other issues that appeared.
That's what he's telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to ask a question? Because he wanted to come in to say hi.
Well, I want him to know that I miss him too. He knows that. I'm sure. I miss him a lot.
There's a reason he's coming in though. They don't come in for no reason. He keeps talking about, was there anything on your mind? You were thinking about him for a reason or something? Because he keeps talking about specific things right now. Is there something you're thinking about?
Well, he was in my dream last night, but it was kind of strange. He was not really himself. It was like he was drugged or something. He was doing strange things, but
Okay.
he was really out of character.
Well, that's funny that we're here and he was in your dream last night.
Yeah, it is. Actually, what's if he had not come through, I was going to ask. I just recently moved, but I still have a condo hasn't sold. And
He's talking about business.
okay, and I'm wondering,
Talking about business and money.
I
He's
need it to sell soon.
over and over again. He's talking about business and money. So that's on his mind. He keeps saying business and money.
Any advice for me?
I don't know. You'd have to explain a little bit more to me about it because I don't know. I mean, I don't normally advise people on business and money, but
Right.
he seems to be all up in your business right now. He's going business. I don't know what my wife is doing. Business. That's why first thing I said was your husband in business, because he's worried about your business. And that's why he came in your dream last.
Oh, well, I'm an artist, and I moved so that I would have a bigger studio so that I can invite people into my studio to see my artwork, because I want more people love my work, but they don't purchase it often. And I need that. So I don't know if he's trying to help me with that from afar. I'm sure he does what he can. I don't know what he's able to.
No, he likes that. Yes, but you can ask me another question about that. We can do this real quick. So why don't you ask me a few quick questions?
Okay, about him or just in general or what?
I mean, we just have a few minutes here, so
Okay,
yeah. You were asking a couple of questions about that. You can always do a longer session with me for an hour
Sure.
on my platform website.
I would like that sometime. Well, I want to know in the future. Is this move going to help me?
So I mean, these are very easy questions for spirit. I mean, they're already saying that you did the right move. They're saying this is, of course, great. They're giving me a number of 7 that the Holy Spirit guided you.
Yes,
So what was your
yes.
main concern? What was the main concern about it?
Well, that the other condo has not sold where I lived before, and
So what is the main question about that, sweetheart? Because we can tell you the flat out answer quickly about that. This is very easy for me.
Okay,
The other condo has not sold in how long?
it's been 7 months.
Do you want to know when it's going to sell? I can tell you that.
How's that? Yeah, sure.
When is it going to sell? 2024. No, 2025. Yes, it'll sell in 2025.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and
2026? No, 2025, it'll open and sell. Yep. It's not going to sell this year.
wow. Okay, thank
No,
you.
they're saying no.
Okay.
No.
And
Was your move to this situation good? Absolutely.
absolutely. Okay,
Absolutely.
that makes me feel
Open
better.
up. Need to open up. Yeah.
Yes.
The flow of that one to 5. Absolutely. You needed to do that. There's
Okay.
a big problem right now with real estate, and this is
Yes.
not anything to do with you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
After we get over this little,
Okay.
it's
All
gonna,
right.
yeah, open up for you in
All
2025.
right. Well, this is really changing the subject, but I did remarry several years ago because Clint has been gone 13 years. And
I'm just happy about that.
yeah, I know. He told me he didn't want me to be alone. So I have a wonderful man, but he does get on my nerves a lot. And other people tell me that it's
This
him.
is on replay, by the way.
Yeah. Well, he won't see it.
I'm just kidding.
But he does get on my nerves a lot, but he's also a wonderful man and he helps me. He's willing to help me and we do okay. We don't fight. We just, he's not the same as Clint. Clint was my soulmate. That's for sure.
Well,
And-
Clint says he agrees. He was your soulmate.
Yes. Yes. So, I am happy that I have someone to be with me now. And Clint was
Can I
definitely
tell you something about the new person?
the new person. Yeah. You have a question?
The new person is I like the new person. He's a little bit more. Is he into business?
Well, he's retired. He was a business.
Big
He was a
business.
business. Yeah, he was.
More businessy than Clint. Clint was
Yes.
more softy and
Yeah.
more spiritual and more of the creative guy. And this
Right.
guy is more business. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you for letting me do the reading for you. God bless you.
This was
Okay.
wonderful, Kimberly.
Thank you so much. Thank
So
you.
much. Yeah.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
And I really want to get to know you more. So please sign up on my newsletter and come to some of our classes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're really, really talented.
Trilogy.com. That's wonderful. And Phyllis, I had done a reading for Phyllis.
Phyllis is so talented. Yeah, she's really, really talented with her work. And everybody, my website is thehealingtrilogy.com. And you can sign up for my newsletter and come to some of our classes. A lot of our classes are like $10.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'd love to see you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
Phyllis, to follow up with what Kimberly said, I was
Yeah.
feeling the same thing with the amount of time. I got about 6 months. So that would maybe take you into 2025 right now. We're past the solstice, but that's what I was hearing. And I was also feeling that you definitely did the right thing. And remember when we were on the retreat and you asked me when I had that vision for
Right.
you, a little place that would manifest. So how do you like the place and does it fit your needs?
I love it. It's
Mhm.
not what we originally talked about, but it's got a lot of space and it's very sweet and it's we're still unpacking.
Yeah, of course. And you have a lot of art. Probably you have more art than I do, and
Oh,
my house is packed.
definitely.
But you look like you have a modern space where you can fill the walls. And
Yes.
I have
yes.
told William the very same thing about his art, Kimberly. I said that he was going to go really big because he's really super talented. And
Yeah.
one of my friends who also paints archangels. I paint archangels, and
Yes, I know you're so talented.
but William, you've got to meet Williams because his canvases are very huge and he does a variety of spiritual figures, like he was showing off Jesus. But oh man, he did an angel. It was a
You should-
rainbow and it was
Yeah.
just so beautiful.
So
And
talented.
Phyllis does all of these little genre scenes of, farmhouses and American flags.
Yeah.
4th of July. That's kind of her theme. And she's really gifted with themed stuff too. She does the chakras. She just does everything. And she's on
I love that.
the on Instagram account is what for you, Phyllis?
PhyllisReynoldsArt.com.
Okay. Phyllis Reynolds.
Mine is thehealingtrilogy.com. And in my house, you should see all my angels, my Marilyn Monroe's,
I'm crazy about
I
Marilyn.
have Marilyn Monroe, the actual real Marilyn Monroe. I can't even remember. They're like $4,000 Marilyn Monroes from art museums that were.
Oh, yeah,
Auction
Andy
me.
Warhol. Andy Warhol.
No, I have the other ones, and
Oh.
then I've got some cathedral paintings, and I've got angel wings, and then so I'll have to look at some of your guys' artwork because I love artwork, and I'm moving to a new place soon, so I need some more artwork.
So that would be a good connection. I'll send you the email connecting to these wonderful
I
artists.
love this group. I love this.
They have wonderful energy and wonderful friends here. It's really nice. And we're always attracting new members when the word gets out with the Circle of the Rose.
Nice. Thank you for having me do the reading on Phyllis and William.
Thank you very much for coming and everything. I have a reading for Rosalie, and I have another reading or two for some other people. If you can stay, if not,
No, I can stay. I want to listen to your readings.
Okay, so Rosalie, if I may step in with you, can you unmute and I will pin you?
Okay. Hi.
Hi, great to see you. Is that Mount St. Michael's in the background? Is that what
It is. Yes, over there in England.
So you
Yes.
climbed it. I climbed it too. I didn't think I'd ever make it. It was one of the most spectacular things I'd ever done because, I have a disability. I have balance problems. And we were saying, oh, we're just going to sit around and go to the cafe and I'll do some readings for the people that were with me that day. And
They had a great cafe there.
we stayed at the cafe briefly and we felt the energy of Michael and it kept pulling us further on up till I got to the top. But it was an exhausting trip. So I'm not really into rock climbing. But anyway, focusing on you, what I was getting is Mary Magdalene comes into you in a very strong way and she's touching in to your heart chakra and she's sending you all this love. And I know we're going to do a session soon with, something connected to Mary. So they're encouraging you to do past life because you've got a past life connected to Mary Magdalene, possibly, or I know you're connected to Lady Isis as well. So Isis continues to come through in your healing and your channeling of healing. And I know you have a lot of clients that you work on. So Isis is with you, and Isis is, the earlier form of the divine feminine goddess in Egypt, and all of the ascended masters, including Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, studied in the temples of Isis. So you're very much connected to the Rose lineage, and they want you to explore more about your past life. So that's what I'm getting for you. And
Okay. Thank you so much, Marcia.
You're welcome. I also feel that your father is around you and he's sending all his love to you.
Oh, thank you, Marcia. Yes. Thank you so much.
Many blessings to you. And we have Finbar, if I may bring you up. And So Finbar, how are you doing? So
I'm very well, thank you.
you are amazing. And he's leading a lot of spiritual tours. And the name of your tour again, your tour website is please.
SacredMysticalJourneys.com.
Sacred Mystical Journeys. And if I weren't questioning some health concerns for other relatives, I would be jumping on that Magdalene tour or the Scotland tour. I missed my Scotland tour. But anyway, you are going to have a phenomenal time in France, they're saying, with this. And I feel that they're telling me that you are connected to Merlin, the magician. I don't know.
That's my nickname.
Okay, well, then I struck gold on you because they're showing me your wand and you probably studied in the ancient Druid schools of Merlin. So I feel like if you weren't Merlin, you're connected. There were a lot of Merlins. There wasn't just one. And that was all Druidic folklore that was handed down. So you have a storytelling ability as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're a very good storyteller. And they say, keep the wand handy when you go to France and you're going to perform magic. So that's the message from Merlin to you. So
Okay.
that should be fun. And oh, it's just going to be so fabulous. I'm wanting to go. You're whetting my appetite. So again, give us your website. I almost called you
SacredMysticalJourneys.com.
Mystical Journeys. And I love your accent. And are you from Ireland or Scotland?
I'm from Ireland,
Ireland.
West Cork in Ireland. Yes.
West Cork. That's where my family is from originally, way back.
And if anybody wants to read all about me, they can read my book. It's called
Oh.
Sacred Mystical Journey.
Wonderful. That's
Yeah.
great. And that would be a fabulous read. So thank you. And many blessings to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And Prabha, may I come to you, please? How are you today, Prabha?
I'm okay. Tired, but okay.
You're always tired. So Mother Mary and Lakshmi are surrounding you with all this divine heart love, and they're sending you energy. And they're saying to take good care of yourself and don't let the boogeyman get you down. You know, the stress and tension of your circumstances as taking a toll. But just to be sure to do self-Reiki, keep your crystals around, and I'm getting your parents are with you today, Prabha. So
Thank you.
I'm feeling your mother around you and your father. And your mother shows me she's baking bread.
Oh,
Like she used to
I
do.
want her bread.
I know. She says it's waiting for you when you get to heaven, but no.
Oh,
And you will continue to have a happy retirement. She's really happy that you retired,
thank you.
and that's less stress. Your father, he's so proud of you and your accomplishments and the beautiful family that you have. And something about you weren't present when he passed, but you were present in spirit. You were present in spirit praying him forward. So
Yeah, I did.
he made a successful transition because you were
Thank God.
praying so much. And he was very devout, I feel, too.
Yeah, he was.
And so you're like me, you're every religion and no religion, and
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
God is, there's only one God. That's it.
only one God, many ascended masters.
Yeah.
And goddess energy is what you're receiving now,
Thank you.
and also through the Reiki. So you're continually in my prayers always. So blessings to you. And let me see. I'm really pleased to see that Christine and Esther made it here. Wonderful. And you guys got the message. So I'm going to come to Esther today. And it's been a long time. So unmute and I'm going to pin Esther. And thank you all for attending. This has been so fabulous with Kimberly sharing her divine feminine gifts and messages with us. So how are you today, Esther?
I'm good, thank you, Marcia. Lovely to see you finally.
Good to see you finally, too. And I love your Northern English, Manchester, Liverpool accent. Oh, I just think of John every time I see you. So I do feel like your mother is around you and she's giving you a big hug and she's saying, thank you for everything you did for me. So I feel like you were there when she transitioned. Is that correct?
No, I was with her every day for about 10 years, besides when I went on a holiday. And
Okay.
I didn't want her to die. I kept saying, don't you dare die if I'm not here. And I
Yeah.
went to Glastonbury, didn't I? And I was in Glastonbury Village, and she died while I was gone. She snuck off.
But you were taking care of her throughout her last
But
day.
I know that she came through me because I was sat on a hill. I didn't know she'd died because I didn't find out till the next day. I was sat on a hill and all of a sudden I went, and my breath went, and I said, what was that? And then I found out my mum died exactly that time because I sent her a text. She read the text. She didn't reply. She died, and I felt her leave through me. It was amazing. It was very sad, but I definitely was still with her. So
Yeah, but everything happens for a reason, and Glastonbury is where the sacred energy of Mary Magdalene and all the holy family resided there. So that's like it's okay that you left, she's saying, because it allowed me to go, because otherwise I was clinging because I didn't want to disappoint you and leave you. So that's how that was an
I
opening.
know.
And also,
I know. It was beautiful. It was magical that I was there.
yeah. So I want to mention too that I have some water that I mix with my roses, and I make sacred rose anointing water with absolute rose oil in it, if any of you would like to order that. And I also want to show you my book if you haven't picked it up.
Beautiful.
And
Yeah, I
this
love your book.
Mary Magdalene Speaks, The Holy Grail, Bloodline, and Secrets of the Divine Feminine. So I think a lot of you here have had it, but I refer back to it. So that Magdalene experience I had at Glastonbury was powerful. Glastonbury is the best place in the whole world. I think it's one of the chakras of the earth, as they say. Isn't it, Finbar? Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the heart chakra of the world.
That's it. So you couldn't have been in a better place. So you don't need to feel guilty about, not being right there in the room. I wasn't in the room with my mother passing in 2020. And, but yet I got on the Zoom with all the other kids in the family, and I created, not at Zoom, it was at that time it was Skype, and I created a link where we could all watch her pass. So it is important. And we said a few Hail Marys and some Our Fathers as we were, we were raised Catholic, and said those prayers. And I think she heard them, but she didn't pass till the next day. So it's hard to lose a parent. So just sending you a lot of mother comfort to your heart, Esther. And they're saying something about you're improving your health. You're looking great. John Lennon steps in and he's thanking you for something that you're doing to serve others. You have some organization or something. What's the name of that?
Yeah, and tomorrow I haven't done music for so long, and tomorrow I'm going to the studio to sing again. So John will definitely be with me. That's why he's popping up. Yeah.
He's popping up. So Esther has the most beautiful voice and wonderful talent. Yes, you are so talented. And she put it out on my Peaceful Planet show. And I met with Esther in England, and I may be coming back to England sometime. So I'll let you know if I travel this fall. It's all depending on other family members and a challenging illness coming up suddenly for my husband. So I would appreciate prayers for Dennis at this time.
Okay.
And, let's see.
I'll see you in Scotland if you go to Scotland.
Well, definitely. Why don't you come with us? There's another lady that needs to come. That would be great. And let's see if there's anyone else that Spirit is calling to. Just a brief message for Siobhan, if you can unmute Siobhan, and then we will close out.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hello,
Siobhan?
everybody. I'm fine, thanks.
Great.
How are you?
I'm great, of course. I'm delighted to have Kimberly with us, and it's been a powerful, wonderful day. The energy is so smooth, and Spirit told me everything would go beautifully. So even though I haven't mastered the technology, we learn as we go. And so, yeah, that's what you have to do. They changed it all like in the last day or two. So I feel like your father's coming in, and he's sending all his love and gratitude to you right now. And your father, it's Father's Day and all that. And I feel like he's very, very proud of you. And he would like to tell the rest of the family the same thing.
Oh, that would be nice.
It would be nice. And your mother and your grandmother are coming in with a lot of love too.
Yay.
your grandmother, I think she was really adoring you, wasn't she? She did adore you, or what was the story?
She did by fighting with my mother.
So
She was a
stood up for you.
full-blown clairvoyant, and she
Oh,
never
yeah.
told anybody.
Yeah.
So she protected me all the time, and my mother didn't like that.
Well, there's still some forgiveness needed, I'm hearing, on the part of all the family members, and your grandmother is always on your side, never a question about that. But there's really not a side, but in Irish
Yeah.
families, there can be these things. I mean, I'm from one of them, and, you know, I was always considered odd because of my artistic talent. And then when I got into this, it was just so weird. So, you know, but anyway, I feel Mother Mary with you constantly, and she is gradually working on your healing. And they would like to ask you to step forth and do some hypnosis sessions or readings or whatever,
Oh, well.
or the past life research that I've been called to do. And Kimberly identified that last time. So I'd
Yeah.
like to close now and just thank Spirit, and thank you so much, Kimberly, for your wonderful healing and sharing of your story and your beautiful readings. And I'd like to honor Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene and Jesus and all of our ascended master guides, Princess Diana and John Lennon, and just a day of joy. It's been my joy to serve you. And please come back. I will be hosting another one July 20th with a special message from Mary Magdalene. And I will stop the recording.
I'd like to say thank you for having me here, and thank everybody. And please follow our next class that we're having together, because you're going to be starring in it.
Yes,
On
August
Mother Mary.
17th. August 17th.
17th, you're going to be starring in our Mother Mary Matrix class at thehealingtrilogy.com.
Thank you so much for inviting me back,
Thank you for
Kimberly.
having me here
It was
today.
a great honor. And you are in the fifth dimension, and I want to enter the fifth dimension, and Esther's talking about it in her groups. So the more we, you know, support each other in love, the less war we're going to have, the less problems we're going to have. But we do need to bind together as light workers, I've been told, because the earth
Yes.
changes are increasing. So travel as much as you can while we still can. And God bless every one of you,
God bless.
and sending all of the divine feminine love and the divine masculine. And was my honor to be with you all today.